Test, test. Welcome. Hello. Just going to do a reload window. Clean up stuff. I think it might be fun to get a calendar or something into this game. So, I think we'll make a provider for that. Provider.dart. And we'll also want some state to manage that. Calendar, and of course. Just gonna tweak this a bit. How do you, there's like a transform, and it transforms. Actually, I think it's fine. I'm just gonna make it a little bigger. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Calendar state dot dart. What's a really simple one? Okay, so our calendar state, we definitely need a month. We'll use an int for the month. And at default will be 0. That's what we'll start with. This will be like month index or something. Because then I feel like it should start in the summer or something, like June, May, maybe like spring, April, oops, April, May, June, July, August. We'll take the whole thing out. August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, and that's all of our months. Now, oops, you can also have a file string label. this dot label. I love enums in Dart 3. They're so powerful. Basically, they're just like making constant models. November, December. Okay, so we have that. And we want calendar state. And then, well, let's just save this. For some reason, it doesn't seem like my watch is running. I'm just going to try this again. Terminate. This is weird. Restart. That's so strange. What the heck? Just start running it. Terminate. Ah, man. I have to like restart VS Code, I think. That's a shame, but whatever. It happens. Let us quit VS Code fully. I'm also just going to close anything else. And force quit. Okay, let's try this again before I build. So today's goal, first goal at least, I want some kind of calendar thing. I want the idea of like time going by. Um, I don't think I'm going to worry about like day and night. Maybe I will. But first off, we're going to just worry about kind of going through cycling time. And I think I'll be able to also like do sort of like an asset swap for the environment to kind of be a winter mode when it's winter, which is kind of cool. I'm going to start making this provider though. Let's just find a very simple provider. This is a very simple provider. We won't need that though. We'll call this calendar provider and just call it calendar, and it will return a calendar. And we'll just simply start by calendar, month, calendar. Oh wait, sorry, this returns calendar state, not calendar. And we'll set our month index to 0 at the start of the game. And we'll allow, we're just going to create this. This will be for like loading calendar state, loading from our save. Okay, missing, oh, no semicolon there. Okay, oops, this should also say calendar state. Okay, cool. Let us build our game to Mac. Oh, hurry up. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so that's how our game starts. This is something that maybe can be as part of the GUI. Actually, first things first, we need a getter that's going to get us our month. So this will return a month. So what do I call this thing? Month? Yeah. Maybe I'll call it calendar month, actually. Change that there. So we'll have a getter, calendar month, get, and we'll just call it month. So we can have something called final months, or yeah, months equal calendar month dot values. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess this could be a const. I'll probably erase this line anyways once I figure out how this can work. Um, so I need to do a thingy dingy modular expression. Like I can basically I would just go. That will actually final I equals month index mod 12, I think, and then we return something like that. Let us just print out I here, and we will need to put something listening to this. So doing the stats GUI, where's our dollars? Let's put, so I have this, maybe I'll do it here. Ref.watch, calendar provider dot month dot label. And we need to say this too, naturally. Oh. Okay, so I got 0. Let me change the initial month index in our provider to be 12. Or, yeah, 12. That should be the following year, right? Because we started 0. And see if this throws a huge error. If it does, it's fine. Oh, looks like actually this mod worked. Okay, so we started in January. We also, I realized, probably need a year. Default 0 year, or int year index. And then we're also going to have something that is, I'll just return an int called year. We'll basically take 2024 plus, in fact, we could, in theory, use date time dot now dot year to future-proof this, plus whatever the year index is. And yeah, we have defaults for these, so we're fine. Really, this isn't even required. Okay, so where do we have this? I'm just going to grab this same style for here. And we can actually, let's actually just watch this. Calendar equals this. And that way we can just kind of do calendar dot month dot label, and then calendar dot year, and then we'll probably want a bit of space here. Maybe 6. Save everything. Oh, what's that? No, it's not a set. That probably just needs a full restart. April 2024. Then I think what I'd like to do is wrap this entire row in a row. Grab, get rid of this line. And grab this. That way we can do space between, and I don't really need this size box anymore. So we go, April 2024. Maybe we want a comma. Now what can I do to make that stand out a little more? I guess we could have a little underline or something. Decoration. Okay, cool. So we now have a calendar. Oh, decoration color. Perfect. Now we have a date showing up. So we obviously need something that's going to increment this date. So that can be done in the calendar provider as well. So we can have something like update date. And this would basically, anytime we run this, we need to take, we would go state equals calendar state, and we want to increment our month index. Month index is going to equal state dot month index plus 1. Actually, now that I'm tracking years, I'm probably going to just make the month index always, instead of doing this mod, we will just actually return I here. So we'll return the month index. And then just when we're updating it, in fact, let's make this something on the model just in case you do it in other places. I don't want to repeat this logic. So we'll have a calendar state, which will say, we'll just call it like next month. This will kind of be like a factory. We'll do a function, and we'll return a calendar state, or I guess we would go this dot copy with, which actually we don't need the this technically. So we do month index, new month index, year index, new year index. So we'll have an int new month index. New month index equals our month index plus 1. But if new month index, and we can actually do this in a cleaner way where we'd actually just take a, well, hang on, let me think. Yeah, max. No, we'll just do it. This is actually how we want to do it. If new month index is greater or equal than 11, 11 is fine. If it's if it's greater than 11, then we can make new month index equals 0. And we're going to make int new year index is just going to equal the year index. But in the case that this happens, we actually need to increment new year index plus plus. Okay, cool. So now we should be able to, and this actually could be a getter technically because it doesn't rely on any parameters. So then when we do the update date, what do we call this one? Next month. Maybe we'll call it the same thing. Next month. So we actually would just go state.nextmonth. That's kind of fun. Okay, now in order to call this, we will, when this is built, we're going to start a timer. So we can do future dot go into a timer. There's a couple ways you can do this. We could make a timer. Maybe that's the way to do it. So we can go timer equals timer dot periodic duration. This will be something that we make a constant for, but I'm going to just make it for testing purposes 10 seconds. And then basically in this timer, we call next month. Oops. Right. Okay, so we should see that changing and everything will be great. Save all files. And we will just refresh. Hard refresh for this because we need this to rebuild. Okay, so we're in April 2024. Let's see if it goes, it should go to May in like 10 seconds. Maybe not. New month index. That's weird. Let's make sure that this is running. Oh, I forgot to put the little things here. Oh, God, that is a new mistake. While that's reloading, go to my constants, and we'll do something like const seconds between months, and we'll just do. Okay, so we see it's May now. June, yay! Okay, let's grab this. And I'm purposely making this a double, just in case we want it to, the seconds to be one, like something more precise, but we'll have to round it because we're using this. Actually, what I can do, yeah, this is fine. Well, let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to make this actually faster, and we'll rebuild. I just want to make sure when it gets to, whoa, okay, we also don't really need this anymore. Okay, October, oh wait, I think I still need to rebuild. Damn hot reload, making our lives easy. Oh, what the heck? What's that error? Late initialization. Okay, let's just try. Oh, it's because it didn't actually rebuild. Great. Will it rebuild? Maybe. Okay, here we go. Okay, May, June. It skipped July or October, or just didn't notice it. December, January, February. The year didn't. Oh no, wait. Oh, because my years start. That makes sense. A couple solves for that. We could just actually start in January. Make probably our lives a lot easier. Also, I spelled December wrong. January, February, March, April. We could just start in January. Okay. June, July, August, September, October, November, December. What? I think I just have this needs to be greater than 11. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. We have time. We have time. Okay, let's just see. September, October, November, December. Should go to January 2025. Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. Um, that is great. Let's make this 10 seconds. Okay, then what I want is we're gonna try to do something like this. I don't know if it'll be easy or hard, but let's have is winter. And basically here we would return, actually we can do this in a cool way. Bool is winter, and this dot is winter. That way we can just kind of just go make it all false, and then we'll change. This will be winter. Actually, you know what? Like, in case we want to have 4 seasons, it's probably better to do this separately. Calendar season. So we'll have winter, spring, summer, and fall. And then we can have something called season. It's always winter. Okay, so January, February, March. I feel like March is kind of the start of spring. So spring, 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 summer, summer, fall, and winter again. Although I like the word autumn more. So we're going to do that. That way now, we can also have a season, calendar season. Get, we'll call it season, and all we have to do really return is month dot season. So super simple. Okay, cool. Now my question is, I do have I believe I have a winter tile set that conforms to the same thing. Let me just see. So I'll open up I'll just find it. Actually, oh yeah, main level winter. Perfect. So this is our main level. And then we're going to have main level winter. Main level. Wait, I've never opened it before. Main level winter. And I think these yeah, they line up exactly the same, which is kind of important. Okay, now for the tricky part. So what I'm going to do is in assets, we actually have tiles and we have level 0.tmx. So I'm going to actually just copy this whole level 0 winter.tmx. And I think all I have to change in here is, let's just search for .png. Oh, what? Crops mining. Oh, I have to actually make the tile set. Okay, let's open up main level.tsx then. Main level.tsx, this is the tile set. So we'll make a new file called cl main level winter.tsx. It thinks these are like TypeScript files. And I called this main level underscore winter. We'll save that. Okay, so first let's just actually experiment. Oh, and then I have to obviously make this load that one. And oh, there's actually crops winter, crafting. I don't think I used the crops. Yeah, I guess I'm just not using that tile set. Okay, well, let's just see, out of curiosity, if this works. So let's go to our craft town. And, oh yeah, so that's where I would load that. So I can, in theory, do level 1 winter. And I'm just going to rebuild, because I might have not got that new file. Okay, so I was having a problem finding assets tiles cl main level winter.tsx. Main level, oh, because it said to do that. Do, 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 do. Hello, reload. Okay, what's missing now? Okay, can't find assets, tiles, cl main lev underscore winter.tsx. Okay, I think this just might require a rebuild. That file is definitely there. And still have an error. What is it? What is this error? Okay. Okay, XML parsing error. So something. Okay, let's just step through this. So we know this is now loading, and it's supposed to be loading something images cl main lab underscore winter dot png. Yeah. Oh, I think, you know what I think happened? Friggin', because this VS Code is recognizing this as a TypeScript file, it did some weird formatting on it. I'm just going to make it text. And let's just open up cl main lab, not the PNG, main lab. I'm just going to copy this again, paste it here, and change this to underscore winter. So now it shouldn't try and format it and do weird shit. Is there anything else in here that I need to think about? No. Let's just try refreshing. Oh yeah, look, it's winter time. It's beautiful. Okay, so now in our level, we're gonna put this back to just without the word winter in it. That's fine. Okay, so what I want is we're actually going to have so we have a background map. We're going to call it background winter map or background lap winter. I'm also probably, yeah, I guess I'll just follow the same thing. I might end up getting rid of this idea of foreground and background because it's actually like a huge pain in the ass to deal with. Um, but winter, winter, and then we go and just put, oh, now this, because you have an underscore, we need to actually wrap these and say winter. So that'll load that into memory, but we don't actually add it. Although we probably want to add it. But we want to set the opacity of that to 0, which I think I can do at any point, but let's just do it here. Background map winter dot, can I do opacity? Dot visible. Okay, maybe we actually just don't add them is how this needs to work. And then we'll have something for, I guess not in the load function, but in the update function, we're going to have something called handle seasons. And we'll pass in the DT on that. Command space, create method, double DT, handle seasons. And what we can go is final season equals ref.read. We don't have to watch here because this thing just gets run in the game loop, so it's fine. We definitely wouldn't want to watch here. I don't even know what that would do. So season is, we get our calendar provider dot season. And we can basically do something if, and actually we need to be tracked because I don't want to be just like always changing this. So let's actually have a calendar season. We'll call it current season equals, let's just import this before we do this. Season dot, we'll just start with spring because this will get updated pretty much right away anyways. Okay, so we can go season equals this. If current season does not equal season, then this is where we want to update it. So we can kind of do a switch on season. Case calendar season dot. We'll just start with spring. And here, when it's spring, So I think to make this actually more efficient, because I don't actually have like tile sets for, at least yet, for fall or spring. Let's only have summer and winter. And then basically we'll still make March winter. This will be summer. And then if we ever get graphics for this school, we can do it September. And then we'll make winter will be pretty short. Well, it's 5 months. Actually, um, winter, 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 winter. Yeah, November, December, January, February. That makes sense. 4 months, I think, is a reasonable winter. Um, so here we would say if it's summer, then we would update some stuff, which we'll do in a minute. Case calendar season dot winter. So when it's summer, we want to actually remove our tile set, which I forget what that's actually called. It's like a map tile set. I wonder, maybe I'll rename this just to make it really clear. Background map summer. And we'll rename this symbol background foreground map summer. And we'll start in summer. So if it is summer, we want to make sure we remove our winter map and our foreground map winter. In the case that it's winter, oh, and we want to, of course, add then we'll do the opposite here, except this will say um, add, this will say remove, and we will just put these in this order. Okay, so we remove, we add. I also need to make sure that our upgrade foreground, I need to also have the same logic here. Background map, winter. Okay, cool. Let's see if this works. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll make this 5 seconds between months, and we're going to go to our calendar provider, and we'll actually start it in month index 6. Save those files. We'll have to rebuild. Let's see if our seasons actually change. That'd be kind of cool. It's a nice to have. Okay, so it's July, it's August, September, October, and then I think in November is when it, in theory, should change, or this game will crash. Yeah, we got the crash. What do we got here? Okay, remove component doesn't belong to any parent. Okay, it's because we never had it added. So a couple options. Is there a way to check if background map winter dot is mounted maybe? So wait, what happened? I removed background map summer. let's see if this is even. Hmm. Let's just start this a little bit longer. 9. Hey, there we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It worked, but the player is underneath. Because I don't think I set the priorities properly on those. No, I did. Look, winter. I guess because it gets added after. I think. Oh wait, foreground map winter. Okay, you know what? I'm going to just temporarily get rid of everything to do with foreground. 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 See if that has anything to do with it. Um, Background, foreground. Okay, then we'll go down here and we'll get rid of the update foreground stuff. I'll keep the functions so I don't have to do anything weird. And then down here, let's just get rid of all of our foreground stuff. Rebuild. Okay, so it is October. Now it's November. Okay, that actually, so it's something to do with the foreground getting added on top. I wonder if I just made a mistake in here. Update foreground. Interesting. So maybe we're just not. Part of me just doesn't want to worry about the background foreground. It's very hard to deal with. Um, okay, well let's see if. Oh, it should. It looks like it didn't set us back though to. Okay, yeah, we've decided we're not going to deal with foregrounds and backgrounds. And I'll just make my map not really care about it. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And we can just rename this summer, or this, rename this symbol, map summer, and rename this symbol map winter. Okay, so why didn't this remove summer if it adds winter? Okay. And let's actually just, right here, we're going to print season to make sure it swaps. Okay, rebuild. Oh, that's weird. I think it's still rebuilding. October 2024, yeah. Okay, November, so it becomes winter. Oh, wait, if current season doesn't. Oh, I'm not. I see the problem. Well, this is like definitely making this not efficient because we want to set current season equal to the season when this changes so that otherwise this was like adding or removing every fucking frame. We only want it to do the add remove when that changes. So let's rebuild. Okay, October, November. So turn to November. So yeah, that makes sense why I wouldn't have switched back because it wouldn't have. This never changed. So I think that was a problem. So see, it only logged once now. So we should in March, I think. Yay. Okay, that's pretty great. So we now have seasons. Now, I kind of want to, oh, I want to test one thing. I want to make sure that when the seasons change, anything I build doesn't go underneath it. So let's craft something. Actually, I can't really craft. Let's go to our debug. And we'll rebuild. And we'll get our test inventory. Okay, so it's winter. My crops are gone, which is annoying. Um, let's just very quickly, hopefully, oops, what am I trying to do? I just want to place anything. Let's place a tent. Let's see if in March my tent disappears. It does, because it's getting added over top. It's still there. Still there. It's not, whatever. Does the add function let you? No. Okay, well, let's see. We need to make sure the priority of our resource sprite is higher. I do this in the onload, I think, is the recommended place. Priority equals, let's use 25. These should always be on top of things. And I think I'll need to oh, now, okay, so it's above the player now. That's a good sign. Obviously, we want the player to be higher, but let's just make sure it doesn't go away. Yay, okay, it's still there. All right, so what's our player priority? Maybe we'll just increment that. I feel like I'm doing CSS in the early 2000s, dealing with Z indexes. So let's make our player priority 50. Then let's get our farmland sprite, because that also disappeared. We'll make that maybe like 20. And then I'll probably want to document these priorities, or stuff's going to get really confusing. Rebuild. And then we're going to maybe make a new map, because this map looks really fucked now. Okay, so I have my thing. It's winter. We're going to build a tent. We're going to place a tent. So I should be on top of this now. Yep, cool. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Collision box is perfect. That's a perfect collision box. And my farmland's here still, which is a good sign, because I don't want that to disappear. Yay! Okay, so I think we're good. We got seasons working. That's sick. Now, obviously, there's more stuff we want to do seasons. Like maybe there's certain things you can't do or plant when winter comes. Maybe your energy goes down faster or something. Like there's lots we can do with the idea of having a calendar now. So let us open up tiled. And we're going to close all these things. And we're going to make a new map. So for this map size, this will still, like, this won't be my real, this probably still won't be the real map, so it's fine. Let's just do 60 by 60. Is that enough? 80 by 80. 100. We'll do 100 by 100. Okay, then we're going to, can I just open a tile set? I feel like I probably can. Can I just import a tile set? Terrain sets. No tile sets, terrain sets. Open a terrain, tile set with terrain set. Okay, cool. Alright, I guess we'll just, you know, I feel like I can backwards engineer this enough. Okay, we're going to call this level 1 now. And if I open up my level 1, do this more I can do in code, the better. Level1.tmx. And we'll open up level 0.tmx. And I'm just basically going to figure out how this works. Level 0, level 1, main level. How come there's nothing like that? Oh, because there, oh, right. Okay, yeah, CL main level. So I actually do want, at the very least, this. I probably want all of them. And this comes right after the map, but before the layer. And we'll save that, and then we'll let auto, there. Hey, this is great. So now I have my different things. Although really, probably all I care about for it is this, because I'm not going to be placing these kind of things on the map, but who cares? Okay, so we will start by getting our flood tool. We're going to make everything green. Yep. Great. We have a map. So that's a good start. Now, can I open up multiple things? Yeah, I can. Recent files. Let's open up level 0 as well, just so I can look at how I did this. So we had things like spawn points, the player, so we need to make that. So we're going to make a new object layer. Spawn points. And we will add a rectangle roughly in the middle. And we'll just call this player. Let's save that. And let's just make sure that stuff is working. So we'll go to our craft town. And we're going to add level 1. Now the problem is we also need our winter version of this, which is basically just us copying our level 1, new file, level 1 winter.tsx. And then all we need to actually change, in fact, I'm going to get rid of this. And of course, we need to just make this plain text so we don't screw up the encoding. Okay, so now we have that. And in theory, level 1 should just be our green map once this actually rebuilds. And that file was not recognized, so we rebuild. What else did this have? Resources, collision boxes, yep, farmable. And oh yeah, we're gonna have issues because our layers are not named the same. So we'll call this ground. I'm also going to turn off winter mode for now. So in our calendar provider, we're just going to disable this and not actually change through the dates. Oh, we also got an error here. Level 1, new load asset, level 1 winter.tsx. Oh, this should be a TMX file. That's why that's not working. Now, hopefully, I don't have to rebuild again. I'm just going to check through. So we check for spawn points, cool. We check for resources, which we don't have yet. Collision boxes, we also don't have. Update background, we actually don't need anymore. Give me a player. Oh man, level 1 winter TMX. Oh, why is it even trying to load the winter one? Let me just make sure. So level 1. Oh, it's still trying to because it tries to get it. I'm going to. I'm also just going to. Just 'cause I don't feel like rebuilding right now. Let us comment that out, and we'll just use the same tile set for both. Okay, cool. And apparently our player didn't spawn because I screwed something up. Spawn points. Maybe it's just lowercase. Yep, that's fine. The good news is I shouldn't have to rebuild anymore, like full rebuild, because the file's found. All right, we have a map. We have a map. Oops, I click over here. And we're drawing. Yay! Yay! Okay, cool. Okay, so what we want also is we have something called resources, and we also have resource graphics. Let's make resource graphics. So these aren't the actual resources themselves, just the underlying UI or graphics for it. I don't want that. I want my stamp tool. And wait, I do have. Where do I get those things from? Oh, there they are. Yeah. So, for instance, I would have, this iron ore somewhere. Cool. I'm just going to make this pretty basic. We'll have some stone over here, which is helpful. Um, let's have some wood somewhere. And what we're using for, I had something for, right, I was using this, at least temporarily, for clay. Clay. Can I zoom? Yeah, this will look better. We'll put some clay in right here. Little clay area. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this map. I'm just trying to make something work. So we have clay. We need some wheat right here. Or straw. What was that? I feel like something else I was using for straw. That doesn't matter. Put some straw here with this on top. Right, this is what I was using for straw before. Maybe I will just use this single frame one. Yay, put a little bit of straw, or what I'm calling it, straw. And then we need something for copper. We'll throw a little copper over here. And we need something for water for sure. So water, we'll just, again, not going to make this pretty right now, but I'll, maybe we'll actually have a new layer for, oops, a new layer for water. And I can just maybe even throw this whole thing over here. It's a terrible, terrible looking map, but it'll work. Okay, so we got water. Am I missing any important resources? Let's look at our code, go to our resources. So iron, stone, clay, copper, wood. Oh, yeah, wood I did, water, straw. That's all our primary resources, so we're good. So I'm going to just save this file. And then what we need to do is actually make a object layer called resources. And essentially what I would do is I will make some squares. And I'm going to do this, I'm going to modify the way I'm doing this to make life easier. So this will be clay. This will be straw. This will be wood. This will be stone. This will be iron. And this will be copper. Save this. Let's just see if that works. Yay, okay. Now can I mine these things? Looks like I'm mining it. Yay. These automatically add the collision boxes, which is good. Mine this. Boom, boom, cool. This one I can walk through because I think we just have that. Yep, it knows it's straw, so I'm confident with that. Shovel to mine clay. Yep, shovel. Oh, I don't have a shovel, but we know we're good. Same with water. Now, for water, I don't think I'm going to make you able to swim, so we're actually going to have a new object layer called collision boxes, I think. Collision boxes, yep. And then here we'll actually just put a collision box. I'm going to do it like this, but then we might modify it a bit. Let's make its X just to kind of line it up a little better. That seems good. From the top, we'll do like 802 or something. And then we need to just bring the width down to like 86 maybe. That seems fine. And then height, 90. 92. Okay, so we'll save that. And collision boxes, yep, okay. And then I'm just going to turn debug mode on for the sprites. Debug mode equals true. Okay, well, before I save, let's just make sure. Yep, we can't go in the water. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. It's already better than before. That collision feels right to me. Also, can I walk through this? No, I can't. Cool. Nope, I think we're good. Okay, so I'm going to turn on collision boxes, which may actually just hot reload, which is nice. Or not collision, sorry, I'm turning on the whatever. So you'll see actually, oh, this did work as expected. I was thinking I'd have to make multiple of these, but I guess it just works. Cool. Let's see if we can still place things. Well, that was weird. Why is my grid not taking up the whole map? I think it's because, let's see, grid overlay. How does it get the size of it? Um, Grid cell, this dot size. Okay, so wherever we construct this, we're not actually making it the correct size. Grid overlay equals grid overlay. I'm not passing in. We add the grid overlay. We remove the grid overlay. Grid overlay. Okay, why is the size like? Let's just be a default size on it. Okay. Size. We should just be able to use the size of the level. Oh, no. Size isn't defined. This is the level. Oh, I guess like map. Map summer dot size. Okay, I think that probably worked. Let's just try placing a tent. Okay, cool. So we have our lovely grid. Beautiful. Yay. Okay, we're back in business. Let's turn off. Well, let me make sure. I want to make sure of one thing. Let's go to our inventory or constants. No, spawn state. Let's make. I just want to have a shovel when I start. Shovel 1. Just want to make sure I can actually dig this. And also, we should also have a bucket, which I already have. Okay, cool. And I'll turn this off for the next save. Okay, so let's make sure that I can use my shovel. Okay, looks like I can dig anywhere here. I was worried it would just let me do it in the top left or something, but we're good. And for water, let's try. Oh, we didn't actually put the resource water. So we have the graphic for it, but we still need a resource. So this would be basically something like that. I'll probably make it even bigger, but whatever. This is just a temporary map. Save that. Save all our files. I should have noticed when I didn't see water there. Rebuild. Okay, we go here. Let's just see if I try and click. Yeah, wooden bucket needed. Oh, wait, I already have a wooden bucket. Give me that. There we have. We're getting water. Make sure we're getting water. Water's at 11. Water's at 16. Okay, cool. All right. I'm happy with that. What did I want to do now? So the collision box on, whoa, what is there? There's some weird collision box. Let's just look at our thing. What? What is it? What am I colliding with? That works, that works. Yeah, it's like way bigger than it's supposed to be. Let's turn back on. I guess this would be part of the collision box class. Let's save that. Okay, yeah, it's just huge. Because, oh, I know exactly why. It's just because my copper resources, resources, I think I have like the placement size on copper. Copper. Yeah, it's because I have this weird hitbox override, which I shouldn't need. It's because I was using these for copper before, I think. Okay, so now there's no collision on it. That's probably fine. Let's search for copper. Okay, research for copper. And here we go. Okay, so I do actually need a hitbox thing on it. So let's actually do that. And we're just going to do, because it doesn't actually take up the whole square. So let's actually make the width like 14 and height maybe like 12. And we'll offset the x by 2 and offset this by, maybe this should be something like 10 and offset it by 4 maybe. This should be 12. And its height maybe 8. The offset seems fine. Cool. It's a little better of a collision situation. Cool. Okay, now something else I kind of want to deal with is the fact that sometimes resources are like big like this, but I think I also maybe want to have like ones like kind of like the clay that you can walk over. I just don't know if I have good graphics in here for that. Something that would be good for copper. Also, like, okay, where is my CL crafting? Is it crafting? No, it's CL mining. I want to try something. There's room in here for more tiles. CL main level. We need to go to the images though. Main level. Open with Photoshop. Yeah. How do I want to just open in Photoshop from here. It's so annoying. I'm curious if I can kind of make a. I need to turn on my snapping. Snap to grid. Maybe I already have grid snapping on. Okay. Like I kind of want to just try taking this. Where it's not snapping to the grid. View, grid, 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 grid. Where's my grid? Show grid. Yeah, but I want to snap to this. Okay, I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna pull it down here. Where did it go? Uh, must be there. Let's do that. And then I want to just, this is just an experiment. Um, Filter or image adjustments, hue and saturation. So I want to try changing its hue to something else. Yeah, like, so let me just save that. Ah, CL main level. Replace. Replace. So I'm kind of thinking this will be better for clay. So I'm going to go to resource graphics and I'm going to erase these here. And I'm actually going to make a little patch. Now, I don't need to be this big, so let's do something like this. And then I'll grab the edges and we'll grab the bottom. I guess like one of those, one of these, and a corner. Cool. Then we'll go back to our objects and look for our clay. And we're just going to adjust this one a bit. In fact, I'm going to delete it. Whatever, we'll just edit it. So I want its X to start maybe at like 540. Too much. 532. 53536. Oh, this is super fun. And its Y can start just a bit more than that, maybe like 728. That seems right. Width 38, 32. Yeah, that seems cool. 32. Okay, cool. So we'll save this. Go back to our editor and refresh. Because now we should have a little bit of a better. Also, I can turn off collision boxes now. Where's that collision box? Okay, cool. That just looks better than some random bricks. And then I can do the same, like, so what I want to do, so this is, okay, this is clay. I want to make the same thing. So I'm just going to go back to Photoshop and we're going to duplicate this and put it basically here. And we're going to also edit this one. I'm not going to tediously do all these right now. I just kind of want to figure out how this will work. Hue and saturation. So I want to do something for iron. So we'll first of all get rid of all the saturation, or at least most of it. We'll make it a bit lighter. Let's see if this shouldn't change anything. Okay. Yeah, that seems good. Okay, can I just save this time instead of going through the whole process? Nope, I can't. Override file, replace, replace. Okay, then we go back to our tile editor. Now let's make a little patch of this. There we go. Let's just do kind of the same thing as before. I'll put this like here. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Let's go back to layers, resource graphics, and we'll put it right here. Cool. And we'll just grab the edge of it. Nice. And we'll grab bottom, middle. Fine, good enough. And then we'll go to our resources and we'll actually create another thing. I'm going to turn off snap to grid right now. Just make this snapping, no snapping. Oops. Where is this found? View, snapping, fuck you, no snapping. And we'll kind of make it like a little more custom. Maybe like this much. Okay, so we're going to call this class iron. Now we can either make this a different class name like iron flat, or I can actually give it a custom property. We'll call it bool on ground, and we'll make it true. Okay, so now in my resource sprite, no, in our, where do we do this? In the level. So we can also do final properties equal object dot properties, which is that a map? Custom properties. If properties dot I remember how I did this in a different project. Level prop. No, let's search this file for properties. That's not that. Yeah, okay, so it's dot properties dot get value. Okay. So properties dot get value. And what do we call this? On ground. And actually let's and this can be a nullable bool. It's dynamic, but we know that this is a bool or whatever. So if and I guess actually we can fall back just to false. So now this is not nullable. So we can go if not on ground. And this is all the collision box stuff. Okay. And did I give this a class? Iron. Great. Okay, so I should be able to walk over this now. Yeah, and I should still be able to mine it. Beautiful. Okay, now on ground probably isn't the best thing. Maybe it should actually be called, how do I edit this? no collisions, or let's just call it, yeah, no collisions. Making it a negative thing because I don't want to have to add collisions to everything that does, because most probably will. But I can always change my mind about that. Okay, so now we rename that. Did I save this file? Save, save. So that's helpful because now I can add, resources without them actually being like physical things you bump into, which, oops, I wonder if, well, let's just make sure. Let's see if I can place a miner on it. I should still be able to because it's still iron. Move closer, interact. Oh, miner can't be placed here. Why? We'll have to figure out that. Miner can't be placed here. It's also, that's weird. It's like not letting me. So I can place it there, but I can, or what? Okay. Um, is the, oh, I wonder if it's now because the grid, my grid overlay probably has a, um, no, it doesn't. Because it's not actually, these things seem to be over top of the grid, maybe? I mean, it's not visually, but it's like taking over my, it's not letting me click. Let's look at the logic for that. So level, grid, on grid tap is placing object. Okay, do. Miner can't be placed here. Yeah, it's like taking over. Okay, let's just go to our grid and let's make the grid have a priority of 100. And we'll rebuild. Z-index nightmare. Okay, let's try placing our miner now. Heavy miner can't be placed here. Okay, but at least it's okay. At least it's kind of working now. What I'm kind of thinking is like because this would solve my like weird graphics layout issues. Maybe I only allow miners to actually be placed on like the patches as opposed to these physical objects. So it says it can't be placed here. Okay, so let's find out why that is. Can't be placed here. Here we go. Okay, resource at chords. Oh, maybe that's why. So where are we actually? So the collision block. No, that's just for the collision block. Resource at chords. So, you know what? I wonder if did I not put this in the right layer or something weird? Resources. Let's just turn this off. Oh, yeah, that's the problem. So wait. Let's just make sure that is the problem. Can I play? Oh, I don't have any. I'm sure that's the problem. I think that I put this on the wrong layer is the problem. So let's go to objects, resources. Wait, what? Resources, iron. What is, something's being like selected right now. No, it is there, I think. Collision boxes, yeah, iron. Let me just go like this. Okay,
we'll delete that one I just made. Iron. Okay, no, there's an iron resource there. So why is it not returning? So first one, resource, so map resource dot sprite dot x. You know what? It's probably because I'm not putting it. I know why. It's because this isn't actually snapped to a grid, and that means this one won't work either. Okay, so we're actually going to turn off this iron and turn off not that copper, but turn off. Oh, it's clay. Yeah, let's turn off clay. Okay, we're gonna turn snapping back on. I think I just have to actually make these resources fit within a grid. However, yeah, so we'll do that, and we'll call that one copper, or clay. And maybe just because adding custom properties is kind of annoying, maybe we'll just say clay ground instead of that. And we'll call this one iron ground. This is, I think, just going to make it a lot less tedious to do. Okay, so now no collisions we don't care about anymore. And then iron, we would do iron and iron ground. Actually, we will have to do these separately because we want to change something. Iron ground. So the resource will still be iron. Then we're going to have a maybe we'll have a bool here. Our bool is on ground, or just like is ground. Is ground equals true. Then for clay, and we'll have to do this for a whole bunch of others, but not right now. Clay ground is ground equals true. Then we don't add a collision box if it's ground. If not is ground. Oh, because I have to actually say it. Is ground by default will be false. So if it's not ground, we do that, and then we should be okay. Then I have a cool idea. Every miner can't be placed here. Okay, it can only be placed right there. Interesting. So I think actually the best way to get around this is we actually, for the ground resources at least, we loop through. Because yeah, let's just resource similar to what we do for farmland. Resource sprite. So I'm actually going to, we're going to edit the resource sprite to have a bool, final bool is ground. And we'll do required this dot is ground, which will mean we can go is ground. Now, that makes this sprite. I kind of want to handle these a little bit differently. Final sprite, if is ground, We can do final calls equal object dot size divide by tile size. Rows equal object dot size divided by tile size. Oops, sorry, size dot x object dot, oh wait, no, object dot width object dot height. Then we will go for int row. We'll do our column. Yeah, where am I? I'm doing this somewhere else. Farmland. Yeah, whatever, I can figure this out. And we'll just do for int x equals 0, x less than calls x plus plus. We'll actually add we still want to do this there, but I want to add it at position object.x plus x. X plus x times 32, or times tile size. And then this will be the same thing, object.y plus y times tile size. And then our width and height is just going to be tile size. So we do that. So if it's ground, we do that. Otherwise, we basically do all of this stuff. Oh shit. And then actually this too. And we no longer need the is not ground because we're already in a check for that. Then we need to do here, we need to actually add this to our provider so we know it. And I also realized we need the same line again, but for y. Y rows. And then, oops, that would have been a problem. Y plus plus, and then we'll just do one more of these. And I think that is what will work. What is happening here? There's an error. Oh, because we need to now do that. Oh, yes, from JSON. Is ground, data is ground. Okay, and then we seem to have one other problem somewhere. Let's find that. Is ground is required. What's this for? On a grid tap. Oh yes, okay. In this case, is ground will be false because it's something you're placing. Okay, let's see if that works. And let's go to our resource sprite and actually turn on debug mode. So we should see a whole bunch of little guys. Yeah, we do. Okay, so that's cool. So now actually, oops, we should be able to place a miner on this tile. Let's get a bunch of where's my heavy miners? Let's have like 10 of them. Okay, so now go to our heavy miner, place it. Should be able to place right in the middle here. Cool. And the annoying thing is it kind of places the top of it where you place it, which I don't like. Let's figure out how to solve that. So I click that. we want to basically offset the placed thing, which was literally just in that file. Okay, add resource. Okay, new resource. So position, it takes the x. So we actually want the y of it. The x is fine. We want to subtract out the, I guess we're subtracting out tile. Subtract out the resource dot placement height. And also the tile size. No, we want to add the tile size back in, I think. This is the right place, right? Yeah, okay. So let's try this again. Okay, and we will place one of these guys. Hey, that looks much better. Let's just turn off debug mode. Actually, let's place one more. And right there. That seems good to me. Now, I don't think I can. Is there two there now? That's something I need to handle too. So let's deal with all that. Here's our sprite, debug mode, debug mode, false. Okay, cool. So now let's just make sure it looks good. So I'm gonna kind of tap right in the middle of this tile here. It's beautiful. Okay, next thing I want to deal with is when we're placing, if it's a resource miner. Okay, so can only be placed on resource, and I think we need also a can only be placed on, and I'm going to do default bool false, or sorry, default false bool, actually true, can only be placed on ground. Okay, so we'd have that. I'll start running my thing. Yes, I am. Then we can go like if resource dot can only be placed on ground, then we need to check if can't be placed here, can't be placed here. Okay. I guess we need to get, oh yeah, we have it, resource set chords. If resource.chords dot is dot resource dot sprite dot is ground, we can also make we can set this to false in that case. So let's try to place it here. Okay. Null is not a type of bool. Okay. Oh, wait, no, that's, oh, maybe I just need to fully rebuild. Heavy miner can't be placed here. Heavy miner can be placed there. The alignment's not perfect. Okay, now what we need to do is we also need to check if what is actually adding to? It adds in, like, well, actually, let's just try it. Can I place? So I have 8 of these right now. Can I place another one right on top? Looks like I can. Yeah, which that's a problem. We can't have overlapping things. So let's fix that real quick. Okay, so to do, because what does this ultimately do? Yeah. Let's actually what we should do is get dot where. We're gonna call this resources at chords, and we can basically go final resource at chords equals we can say resource dot is empty. So if there's nothing, we'll actually have null here. That way it can still be technically resources at chords. Oh, I just spelled this wrong, I guess. Oops. Okay, and we want to go if resources at chords is greater than dot length is greater than 1, already occupied, return, just return, and we will do, we'll just grab this can't be placed here. But let's just make sure that's the reason. Oh man. Okay, so let's place a miner. Let's place another miner. And still let us. Okay, let's just print out this. Poor man's debugger. Okay, so when this is here, it's saying that there's a resource sprite. When I place again, oh, it's still just 1 at that point. So, oh, I placed it in a different tile. Okay, well, that's allowed. There, no, so okay, so these aren't actually, there's something else that's tracking that. Okay, so let's just undo a bunch of stuff. That's still the where. I need to get all the way back to first where is null. Okay, cool. Okay, so what I actually want to get is something that's like placed resource at coords equals ref.read. We have a placed resource list provider dot, and it's basically going to be the same as this. First where null. And this actually is only a map. We'll just rename this PR, placed resource. And we can basically go if placed resource at coords does not equal null, print something like space occupied. We want to return, and we want, we can make this fancy. Ref.read toast provider.notifier.add, and we can actually just say like placed resource at coords.name or .resource. What is the sprite? Yeah, .sprite.resource.name is in the way. And I don't need this print anymore because we have a nice message. Okay, let's just rebuild to be fully safe. Hey. Okay, let's try and place our miner here. Cool. We'll place another one in the same spot. And I did not get an error. What the hell? We're adding place. Okay, so we're adding that. Doesn't that also add it to? Let's see what this does. Yeah, like it adds the place resource. Oh, that's just to this state. Wait, this is place resources list provider. Yeah. New resource. You know what? It's because we are already adjusting this thing so it's not actually in that same space. I think what we need to be tracking is like a tile X and a tile Y or something. Let's do that. Do we do that? Because what is the, actually, let's see. The place resource already has, yeah, okay. So we're gonna have something like an int of tile X and an int of tile Y. And this will actually just make life easier. So now our place resource, we also want to be tracking that. So we'll have, just at the bottom here, required int tile X, required int tile Y. This is going to create a lot of errors for us. And that's fine. We will fix them all. Tile X, tile X, tile Y, tile Y. Okay, did that finish building? It did. So now, oh my goodness. It's not as bad as I thought. Okay, so when we add this, it's just the X and Y. Or maybe not. What is, oh, this is in level. Okay, so this would be the Um, wait, where does this x come from? Oh, because x is probably a double. Yeah. X dot round, y dot round. We'll just always round them. Then, when we're actually checking these things, when we do the place user set chords, we can do where sprite, so instead of this, we can do tile x equals x. It's just a little bit more efficient too. Tile y equals y, and I should be able to do the same here, because a mapped resource is also, no, it can't, and that's fine. Right? Why is a map, what is a map resource? Map resource. We could, if we need to, we'll do the same logic here. You know what, maybe we should. Let's see. Required int tile x, required int tile y. Let's try that. It can't hurt. Oh yeah, okay, so x, or tile x is x, tile y is y, and then we do this again later. Oh, we have to do the round thing again. Oh, wait, do you not have an x? Object, oh, it's object.x in this case. Object.x dot round. Although, wait, I feel like I have a problem here. Because we actually need to be dividing these by, because I think the x here is actually like not the tile but the whatever. So anytime we are editing tile x, let's just make sure it's the first one, tile x, we want to be taking x divide by tile size, and we want to make sure we round that. And we'll do the same here. Y divided by that. Okay. Tile x object dot x divided by tile size. So I want these are just like coordinates. And same with this. We'll just grab the same in here, tile y, object dot y. Okay, tile x, tile x, tile x, tile. Oh shit. Oh no, that's actually. Wait, okay. So x, I see. I can actually just pass in equals tile x equals tile y, and then same with this. We can now do map resource dot tile x equals tile x, and map resource dot tile y equals tile y. And then where else do we do this tile x thing? New resource tile x. Forgot. We already had these values. Okay. Then in here, spawning farmland. We don't need to worry about that right now. Okay. Let's make sure I'm doing these all right. Tile x. Oh, here's the one I'm missing. We want to just take. I think I have tile x at this point. Oh, I don't. What is this a function of? Oh yeah, this is placing it. So this actually makes sense. We need to do this here. Take the x of it, divide by the tile size around. Okay, so that's good for that one. On our list provider, no, not in here, in our, oh no, I think I got, did I get all of them? Okay, that one makes sense. This is within, is this within the placing? No, that's within just there, so that one makes sense to be like that. On grid tab. Tile X, tile X. And then when we place it, tile X, tile Y. Okay, I think this will work. Miner can't be placed here. Okay, so there's some issue. When I am spawning the resources, okay, let us figure this out. So this resource, I should be getting, oh, null, null, null. Okay, so first where null, pr.tilex equals tilex, pr.tiley. So let's actually print out tilex, tilex, tiley. Shouldn't have to rebuild for that. Oh, I'm already using it. Heavy miner can't be placed here. I'm getting 51, 49. That number makes sense. I mean, not counting, but yeah, that seems like 51. Okay, so that part's right. It's just probably the placing of it. So placed resource at chords. Yeah, wait. Place resource at chords. We should also print that out. Resource at chords, no. Okay, so something's wrong with when we are placing the resources. So let's figure out that. Okay. Yeah, this is probably the problem. Okay, so it's definitely within here. So, okay, so we're taking a map resource. It's also, without a comma here, so it's kind of hard to read. Okay, so what we really want to be taking, oh, because this is this X. Yep, that makes sense. So we actually want to be using it would be the object.x object x divided by tile size dot round, but then we need to add x back in. And that should do it. And we'll have to rebuild for this. Come on, it's gonna make life so good. Place, okay. There, and then I'm gonna try and place again. Heavy miner is in the way, but I can place it there. Fuck yeah. Okay, let's do that, and let's clean this up a little bit and get rid of all those comments that we made. Print, yeah, let's get rid of these things. They are cluttering our life. And I think this is actually a pretty good time to commit. So what do we do? First of all, we added in seasons and calendar. We kind of refactored resource placement, and we prevented duplicate placements on same tile. Now, something I realize I actually never thought about is I can place a tent here. Can I place another tent on top of it? So first of all, tent is in the way, but if I do it here, I can. So we almost need like a way to like almost have something like occupied, something that's just watching. This is probably a good place for actually a provider. Um, so let's do it that way. Providers. Let's have something called occupied spaces provider. Occupied chords provider dart. Okay, so this will be a river pod. Keep alive true. So Python coming back. Okay. So this will return a I guess a list of chords, which we don't have yet. Let's make a quick class called chords, and it will have a final x of 0, an int of x, and a final int of y, and chords this dot x, this dot y. Make that a constant. List of, it's actually just, I guess, chord. We'll import in this, and it will, we'll call it occupied chords, and it's going to take a occupied chords ref, which will get auto-generated in a moment. Ref. And here, let's just to get this file actually generating, river, see river pod, no, river pod. Oh, I have extra thing there, cool. And I missed, I need to say this is part of occupied chords provider.g.dart. Okay, so final data equals ref.watch. So we want to watch the placed resources list provider. Then I feel like our placed resources, this will actually be easier if a placed resource also has a width tile int tile size x and required in tile size y. And we can actually make these default to, actually no, I'm not going to make them default because the refactor will just be easier if we have this. So let's do the refactor first. Okay, so here, and let's actually pass in an int of tile size x, int tile size y. Is that really the best? Tile, yeah, fine, it's fine. So here, we'll just do that. We can always refactor it. Size y, okay, cool. Then we have that, then we have that. Then we go back to our level, which is where we are going to have all these errors. Let's find them. Okay, so placed resource provider, this is within, when we're placing it, yeah, okay, so we would take thing, I just need a 5-minute break.